Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, Sir, I've been informed that your department might be secretly running an unauthorized server. Plaintext passwords, well, I tried. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Sir, I've been informed that your department might be secretly running an unauthorized server. Working senior line at my ISP a few years ago, my boss comes over my shoulder and tells me he has a call from systems, our internal IT department, sounding worried. /u/bytewave, yeah? What's the problem? Boss, well possibly. She was supposed to stay within these four walls. He's looking at the full tower under my desk next to the computer I'm supposed to have. /u/bytewave, how the hell did they hear about her? Boss, someone who knew tipped them off, we might have to hand her over. /u/bytewave, hell no. The best IT is the IT that IT doesn't know about. Do you really want to go back to relying only on Remedy, the days it's working, and put all our stuff on sluggish SharePoint? Can't even get a private chat room with an invite bot because oh my god, the bot was not in the support request, and 200 megabytes limits on your mailbox. Boss, it's not formally part of operations though. It's never been formally budgeted, they're going to complain about access, reliability, standardization, turf. Yeah, the day had to come when the red tape would fall down on us. /u/bytewave, well, we can lie and say it doesn't exist, but you like yours covered better than that, am I right? Transfer him to me, I'll see what I can do. A minute later. /u/bytewave, this is senior staff, Bytewave. Systems, this is systems. As I inquired with your manager, I'm following up on information I got about a possible work server on your floor, which is not approved nor regulated by us. Can you confirm if such illegal equipment exists? I resist arguing with him the finer points of what is law versus department policy. /u/bytewave, I can answer that. First, if you're already filed anything in writing about this, or if it came from your boss, and your hands are already tied, or if security is already on its way up to raid for illegal servers, tell me now so that we can save some time. Systems, not as of yet, but as you know, all hardware fall under our purview, and no work product may be kept on unregulated equipment. The risk of data loss is too great. /u/bytewave, well, I can confirm it exists. Everything is usually done through normal systems. We mirror certain critical material from the network to this to be able to access everything important during the all too frequent outages and slowdowns we experience, no offense. All work product we have to temporarily put there is mirrored back on your network ASAP. This along with our nice Drobo avoids any reasonable risk of data loss. We keep archived emails that we can't put on the network due to size constraints. Other than that, all it hosts are things that fall outside the definition of work product. Well, outside my definition of work product anyway. Sure, there's no archive of our chat logs or our private forums. But it's mostly true, it's basically a backup for when things go wrong. And we keep some memories and stuff on there, worst tickets/calls ever, party photos, whatever we don't want the whole company to see. We do move everything that matters to network drives. This is so much faster though, especially when stuff is being rapidly iterated upon. And we have some homegrown tools, many of which we've developed outside frigging work hours. And maybe a small parallel intranet. Systems, has your manager authorized this? Whose budget this thing came from? My boss, conferenced in and listening on mute, breaks a little sweat. /u/bytewave, we told him well after the fact, it's been tolerated, but I set it up and take responsibility. You didn't pay for it, does it matter if we funded it by selling chocolate door to door or what? Call it discretionary spending. What matters is that it's helping senior staff tremendously to have redundant access to critical tools and data, as well as some services and features that have been too challenging to obtain through the red tape. Systems, do you have any software on there we do not have the rights for? And what about security? Just a little white lie. /u/bytewave, no, sir, all on the up and up. And yes, of course it's perfectly secure, nothing leaves the house. Systems, continuity of operations, what happens if you die tomorrow? /u/bytewave, oh, now you're worried what will happen if we don't have it? Well, if I die, as far as I'm concerned nothing matters anymore, but Frank would take it over, then Stefan, then Amelia. We have a chain of succession for the illegal server, we take good care of our tools. Systems, taking care of these things is our job though, you must be spending time taking care of this. /u/bytewave, it's one box, it was quick to set up and it runs itself. And systems is not unionized, much to our chagrin. If you were to get 51% of your buddies to sign little yellow membership cards, then we'd all care a ton about the sanctity of your job description. Systems, please, don't speak of this on a corporate line. /u/bytewave, yeah, well you're the one calling us on a corporate line, instead of talking to me about this over coffee at break downstairs. We're professionals, this is senior staff, we wouldn't let something like this compromise anything, and having this here substantially lessens the amount of times we need to call you. Systems, I don't like this. Normally, I should have this server recuperated and its data extracted, the parts salvaged, and file a complaint. /u/bytewave, I love the words normally, I should, which always means but I won't. Look, we can forget this conversation, keep a tight lid on it on your end, and we never have to speak of it again. There's a pause and he sighs. Systems, fine. I'm going to delete this call's log, and I haven't heard about it. Make sure my colleagues don't, because they will be less accommodating, and I will deny having spoken to you. /u/bytewave, delete the call's log? My, is that within department policy, or just if I suggest union membership? I chuckle. Thanks, man. We'll make sure to keep a tight lid on it. Want to tell me who's our mole for bonus points? Systems, talked to one of you earlier, it was a mistake, he said something about a file that wasn't anywhere. I pressed him, and he screwed up. He clearly wanted to take his poor turn of phrase back, no worries. /u/bytewave, great then. I believe we're done, I appreciate it. Let's say senior staff owes you a chit. Systems, I like my bribes in 80 proof alcohol. /u/bytewave, we'll keep that in mind, hang up. My boss breathes a sigh of relief behind me. Boss, do you know what you should be doing? /u/bytewave, political science, minor in history? Boss, selling used cars. You'd be awesome at that. /u/bytewave, yeah, and your server would have just gotten impounded. Now that he asked me, do you know what budget the money came from when I built her? We had spare cash? Boss, spare cash? What are you, high on the job? She, meaning our previous boss, when the current one was still senior staff, found a way to get the parts from systems. I laughed, and the matter was closed. Our dear illegal server saves us tons of hassle to this day. All of Bytewave's tales on TFTS. Plaintext passwords, well, I tried. Not so long ago on a comment thread there was a heated argument about how industry standards have long evolved past the point where it's okay even for senior staff or sysadmins to get access to plaintext customer passwords. I revealed that the ISP I work at still allowed trusted personnel to have access to them, and the overwhelming feedback was that I should do something about that. Now, the problem is that they're useful in troubleshooting because we don't have the right systems set up to be able to do the same work without them right now. But I was convinced to maybe try to see if we could make some progress on that front. Last senior staff meeting I put it in the Varia. I explained carefully that I wasn't asking the company to salt and hash everything right away, just that we needed IT to prepare systems that would let us, and system admins, do our work without plaintext passwords, at which point we could end the practice for good. Reaction was quite lukewarm. My colleagues said that sounded good, but only if all the necessary systems were in place. My boss said he'd escalate it to the product director to see if we could have a timetable and budgets for this. I added that it was already a poorly accepted practice, and that our reputation would suffer if word got out. Fast forward a couple days. Boss, yeah, I talked to the product director about your password thing. /u/bytewave, doesn't sound like good news with that long face. Boss, well, legal will be sending an email to every group who has access to the tool. We have to see your password, sometime soon, informing them that the existence of the tool and its features are confidential and proprietary information not to be shared with anyone, even internally, etc. etc. /u/bytewave, yeah, covering of asses, check. What about the transition plan we tentatively discussed? Boss, he's not opposed to it, admitted it's a thing we should do, but it doesn't rank very high on the priority list. /u/bytewave, so. I can keep reading your emails until what, 2020? Boss, it's been put in motion at least, there's a service request drawn up, just no idea when it can be funded. /u/bytewave, okay. Boss, so, that's fine for now. /u/bytewave, well, to be honest, I expected substantially more screaming at me in the meeting and the idea not leaving the room, so let's say I'm mildly satisfied something was vaguely put in motion, even though we're 10 years late on the rest of the industry. As I type this, we haven't yet received the stern warning from legal to be quiet about it. So that's the progress report. I can still read your email, but maybe sometime before I retire I won't be able to. All of Bytewave's tales on TFTS.